Morning, men. Guess who it is? It's your boy Sydney here with you this morning. Damn, man, this sun kills me every time. It'll go away soon. That's cool. So, guys, today what I wanted to chat to you about is female-only rideshare services. So rideshare is things like Uber and Lyft and GoCatch, etc. For those of you guys who have heard of them, I'm sure most of you would have. And I got an email from one of my subscribers, sydneymgtow. Got an email from one of my subscribers about this female-only rideshare service, and of course it's all over the mainstream media news, so like news.com.au. And you know, these services, when they are female exclusive, tend to get lots of media coverage. I'm most of it positive. I'm sure if it was male only, it would be extremely negative. So, you know, but we already know that the whole gender argument is one-sided, as has been proven time and time again. So I wanted to speak to you guys about this concept of women-only rideshare from the perspective of a previous Uber driver, which obviously is, not exclusive to any particular gender. Now, something that I experienced as an Uber driver, and this is anecdotally speaking, so this is not based on any studies, this is based on my personal experience over a significant period of time. Collectively speaking, my worst passengers by a mile were women. I don't know that I've ever, with the exception of one guy, had a big headache with any customers or any passengers from that male pool. From the female pool, however, let me go through a shortened list, if you will, of some of the headaches that I've had to deal with from women passengers. I've had female passengers slamming my door open onto brick walls. I've had female passengers eating food in this back seat, eating fried rice, getting food and grease and muck all over my seats, mashing it into my carpet with their feet because they're so careless. I've had female passengers give me the complete wrong destination for pickup. Sorry, complete wrong place for pickup. And then when I get there, they're not there. And then I try to call them, but because the number that comes through is from a number they don't know, they don't pick up. And because they don't pick up, I can't get in contact with them and I have to cancel the job. And then I get a complaint against me for cancelling the job. I've had pickups for women where I go to the house and I've been there for a minute or two and I try and call them, no response. Send them a message via the Uber messaging, no response. Finally I get a response, I'll be out in a couple of minutes. 15 minutes later, and then I'm the one that gets punished for cancelling the job. When people don't have this decent common courtesy, they don't have the decency or common courtesy to be outside when the driver comes. Like, you better believe I'm never gonna be doing the whole booking a rideshare if I'm not ready thing. And if I am, I'm gonna be out in about 2 or 3 minutes. And I'm gonna tell the guy, please, start the clock now. Because I feel bad. Because you've actually come on time and it's my fault that I'm late. But of course there's no accountability from Camp Female, socially. They're not held to the same standards that we men are. And of course with the white knights and manginas, what can you do, you know? They actually perpetuate the problem. I've also had stories where I've been sitting here driving and they've been reaching from behind and like rubbing my bald head. I had one story where a girl was sitting in the back seat here and she actually leaned through from the back seat and started kissing me just out of nowhere. This woman would have been in her 40s or so. Like, I didn't sign up for this shit. What? And now all you women want to be like, all like, oh, I want a female-only ride-sharing service because I don't feel comfortable around men. Well, let me tell you something. Almost every single one of the horror stories I've seen with Uber drivers have been from migrants, right? They've been from migrants, or they've been from people from different cultural backgrounds, right? But of course, these same women that cry the victim are the same social justice warriors that don't want to put any blame on anyone but straight white men. It's not really the straight white men that are the problem, right? Every single time you see a horror story with cabbies and whatnot, with cab drivers, with rideshare drivers, it's always, someone that was born overseas. And I hate to generalize when it comes to race, because I'm not a racist dude, but I'm seeing an over-representation of people like Pakistanis and Islamic migrants, right? And it sucks that that's a slur on Pakistanis who do the right thing, but unfortunately there is an over-representation of them in these particular types of crimes that I've seen reported in the mainstream media. Let's just call spades here, not fucking strawberries. Alright? So then, on top of that, I'll say to a woman, is there any particular way that you like to go? Because so often I get them say, oh, I want to go this way. It's like, all right, well, I get lots of women saying that they want to go a specific way that they choose. They want to take a particular route because they prefer it, or because they feel it will be shorter even though it will be longer. And then if I take that route and it's longer, or there's lots of traffic, they get mad at me. If they say to me, just follow Google Maps, and I follow Google Maps, and Google Maps is wrong, who are they mad at? Me. Right? If I say to them, is there any particular way that you'd like to go? And they say, oh, I don't really know how to get there. I trust your judgment. And then they trust my judgment, but then they get mad at my judgment when they know less than I do about this area that I haven't been to before. So it's stupid. And Mad Shangy just says, we've already seen how women act with other rideshare services, so let's see how this works out. And this is exactly where I was going with this, guys. This is exactly where I was going with this. Right? It's exactly where I'm going with this. And it's like, I hate to say it, but collectively speaking, women have been so infantilized by the fact that they're not held accountable for their actions socially and legally. And yes, there is a sentencing gap. Women get less time for the same crime than dudes. So, here we go. Stravenstein just says, yeah, that's why I stopped driving for Uber. It was not worth it. Dude, Stravenstein, that's exactly the same reason why I stopped driving for Uber. Because I was sick of getting fucked on my ratings. I was sick of having messes in my cars and then having to fight with Uber for a cleaning fee for my time off the road and my time purchase and my purchase of products to clean my car that didn't need to be cleaned, because people could have been just a bit more respectful towards the car that they're entering in the first place. Right? What a joke. Seriously. Right? And Riff Mago says, not only that, Sydney, to counterbalance the infantilizing women spend so much time telling everyone how strong and empowered they are. Yeah, it's just a joke, honestly. Dave says, lol, Sydney, sometimes under the best circumstances, you'll always run into an arsehole. And unfortunately, as a percentage of my passengers, there was a higher percentage of female assholes than male passengers. And of course, most of these females were professional women. Women who live in the city. Women who work in corporate. I mean, oh my God. The amount of times I picked up a couple of women to go to a business meeting and they're bitching and moaning and complaining and whining and carry on about bullshit in the back, and not once reflecting on how they could maybe do something to change the situation in a positive way. So, and it's funny, right? Because if women don't want to be alone in a car with men, then maybe more women should drive. Oh, but that's right. They don't want to drive. They want to be in an air-conditioned office. They don't want to be stuck in peak hour traffic between 4 and 6 p.m. in the afternoon. Right? They want to be sitting in the air-conditioned office in front of a computer, going down for coffee, having a cigarette break. Right? Tell me I'm wrong. You go and get an Uber 10 times in one day. Tell me I'm wrong. By the way, that tell me I'm wrong line is from a good buddy of mine, Stand Up Man. And not once have I ever had to tell him I'm wrong. Tell him that he's wrong. Because he's always right when he says, tell me I'm wrong. And Boots, you're right. It probably is the same ones out there complaining that there's no good men out there. Shout out to Underdog. I've actually been really by the way, guys, if you haven't seen Underdog yet, especially if you are a younger dude, go check out his channel. I'm actually really loving the way that he's sort of growing as a content creator, and his subscriber numbers are showing that. In the beginning, like, I could see the frustration coming out, but he didn't quite know how to articulate it in the way that he needed to. But he's becoming more and more articulate. He's getting a real flavor. He's got a good intro, which kind of is catchy and gets stuck in your head. Especially the little deer or whatever it is that goes at the start. I can't quite mimic it, but it's amazing. So and this one time I picked a woman up, and I could just tell, I could just see the energy coming from her. I could just see that she was going to be a headache. So I could just see she was going to be a headache. And she got in the back seat. I said, hi, how you doing? And just nothing, silence. And I was like, okay, silence. That's great. Yeah, Jazz Drive says, as an Uber driver myself, I don't like taking women. They normally give bad ratings and cancel. It's exactly what I'm talking about. Right, they're so critical. Right, if they don't get a fucking red carpet and a shoe shining service in the car with free mints and and this is another thing, right? There's free mints and water that some Uber drivers give out, and they get in the car and they're like, oh, is there any water? Do you have any mints? Do you have an iPhone cable so I can plug my phone in and listen to my music? It's like, whose car is this? Whose wallet do you expect the money for those mints and water to come out of? Who's gonna pay for your iPhone cable? Right, because you sure as shit aren't paying for it. Go buy yourself a second one if you want to plug into people's stereos. And then accept a no if they don't want you to plug into their stereo. And don't be a bitch and give a bad rating. Right? Underdog says, my brother always got 2 to 3 stars. Exactly. Like, man, I had to work so fucking hard to get my rating up from like 2 women when I first started out. There was just headaches. I busted my ass. I did hundreds and hundreds of like 5-star trips. Rarely a 4-star. All it takes is one woman who gets in and goes, no, I didn't like this, 1 star. Fuck off. Unbelievable. FSL Cero says, I drove for Uber a couple of years ago. Worst experience were with women. One was an obnoxious drunk. The other one was a dirty heroin addict. Like, seriously. All just coming out of the woodwork. Like, you guys are my subs and you've had all that. You've had the headaches and the horror stories. Like, just unbelievable. Hang on a second. I just got to do this for the guys at work. It's like my little trademark. Let them know I'm here. So yeah, it's quite incredible, really. The pink-haired ones will flag you for comfort. Exactly. It's exactly right. You know, just they actually whatever. But yeah, look, and guys, smash that thumbs up. Don't tell me you don't like this stream. And if this is the first time you're watching these videos, I want you to hit the subscribe button below. I want you to hit the little bell next to it, the one that lets you know that I'm here every day for you with your red pills. So yeah, I just want to let you know about that little tidbit if you haven't already subbed. Thank you, Chris Jones. Good to see you, and I look forward to seeing you more often. But yeah, guys, I mean, look, I've just done this stream on the rideshare services. You know, my opinion is that I think that it's actually a good idea. And thank you for that link, by the way, Live Free. I did get it. I actually think it's a really good idea that women have their own ride-sharing service, so that all the ones who are likely to flag you just for being a man can get driven around by a woman. Right? And you know, we don't want the headache collectively as men. Like, we do the right thing. We drive. We drive safely. We get them to their destination. We pick them up where they said they want to go, and we still get bad ratings. So you know what? Get out of my car. Piss off. Right? Go off to your female ride sharing services. I don't care. I don't want you in my car. I don't want you in my car. Period. Right? Why would I want someone in my car who's going to disrespect my car, who's going to disrespect me, who's going to complain about me, and who's going to give me a shit rating on something that I'm doing and working hard on at all hours of the night to get people home safe, to make some money, and then you're going to give a bad rating just because you had a shit day, because your life sucks, because you didn't work hard enough, and because you can't take responsibility for your actions. Because you went to university and you got indoctrinated with this feminist bullshit. What up, Marcel Howding? How you doing, buddy? Anyway, guys, it's good to see you again. I hope you're wrong about Uber hiring a feminist boss. They're Renegade. However, I do know that they were trying to hire a female, so it's likely that that's the kind of shit they're going to get if they go down that road. Alright, guys. Look, if you want to donate, paypal.me/sydneymgtow. If you want to be a monthly Patreon for me, even $1 or $2 a month is huge. Only $12 a year, guys. Patreon.com/sydneymgtow. Go check out my Twitter, Instagram, and Minds. And if you want to buy some MGTOW merchandise, go to mgtowmerch.com. Check out my online store. And I'll see you guys next time. Peace.